The Black Serpent's caravan has taken shelter in a dilapidated desert fortress on their way to Mordor. Their wagons are loaded with tribute for the Dark Lord. Your plan is to seize the wagons and use the caravan to infiltrate Cirith Ungoliant. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Line Unbroken, my progression style playthrough series of The Lord of the Rings, the card game. I am playing the fourth quest from the Haradrim cycle, the Black Serpent. So I did not take a mulligan on either of these hands. So this one has Student of Gondor, Keys of Orthanc, Rosy Cotton, Cram, Dunedain Mark for Dunhere. All very nice. This one has a Spear of the Mark is the main thing, getting Dunhere's attack up so that I can kill enemies. But starting with a bit of extra willpower, Light of Valinor to get an extra action out of Elrond, Song of Erendil, Test of Will, all good stuff. Elfhelm as a potential emergency button. So, setup for this quest. Set each Harad objective aside out of play. Add the Black Serpent to the staging area. Black Serpent cannot leave the staging area or take damage. X is the stage number of the main quest. The Black Serpent gets plus X threat, attack and defense. Forced at the end of the encounter phase, either remove X progress from the main quest or the Black Serpent makes an attack against the first player. The first player, shuffle the encounter deck. The first player randomly selects one set-aside Harad objective, reveals it and adds it to the staging area. There are 3 of them, so random number 1 to 3 gives me 2. 2 is the Serpent's Garb. Guarded enemy. Attached encounter card gets plus 2 threat and is immune to player card effects. Action, exhaust the Serpent's Garb and raise your threat by 1 to give a Harad enemy in the staging area minus 2 threat until the end of the phase. Okay, so I discard cards from the encounter deck until I get an enemy. Nice that I will not be seeing that side quest. This is one of the tougher enemies, so that's less nice, but we'll work with it. Okay. In order for your plan to work, you must capture several important tokens from the Serpent's camp. If a Harad objective is not attached, the first player claims it and attaches it to a hero they control. This stage cannot be defeated unless each Harad objective in play is attached to a hero. Control N. Student of Orthanc and Warden of Healing. Okay. So let's see. I definitely want to put the Spear of the Mark onto Dunhere. That's quite important. Handmaiden would be nice. Do I go for the extra willpower first or the Light of Valinor, Song of Erendil, so that I can well, Light of Valinor is just to allow Elrond to potentially defend something in an emergency. I think it's going to be better to be sure that I have my willpower up and running. This deck's threat by 1. Now I pay 1 for the Keys of Orthanc onto Éowyn, and then I'm going to trigger Grima, Doomed 1, which activates the keys, giving Éowyn a resource, and I pay 1 for Steward of Gondor on Fastred. So I still have resource for a Test of Will. I also give Fastred the Cram, and that'll be it. Obviously I can't afford anything else. But because of player sequence, this deck was first player, so by the time I can play the Student of Gondor, I can't now spend these resources on Light of Valinor or Song of Erendil. But it's fine, obviously, for the Test of Will. So, there is X is 1, so 1, 4 threat, plus 2 threat from the Serpent's Garb, There is 6 threat in the staging area. I definitely think it was the right decision to play the Handmaiden immediately. So I quest for 4, 6, 9, 11. 14. How would that be? Probably reasonable. I reveal Southern Soldier, which of course forced after it engages you either remove 2 progress tokens from the main quest or Southern Soldier makes an immediate attack. And Chaos in the Night. When revealed, the first player must choose either raise each player's threat by 3 or progress cannot be placed on quest cards until the end of the round. I'm going to play a test of will because obviously there are these various negative effects which require me to remove progress tokens from the quest. I don't want to be hit by those effects, but I also don't want to raise both players' threats by 3 because that will put me in a position where I have no choice but to engage both of these enemies. And I would rather only engage one of them right now, I think. So I've added 3 threat to the staging area. I make 5 progress. There's no travel. I engage this Southern Soldier and remove 2 progress. So actually, I don't have to remove the progress here. No, I don't remove the progress. He makes an immediate attack. I defend with Fastred. No shadow effect. He takes no damage. Response: after Fastred defends an enemy attack, return to the staging area to reduce your threat by 2, limit once per phase. That was the plan anyway. So may as well just do it in the encounter phase rather than wait for the combat phase. Discard that shadow card. At the end of the encounter phase, I do remove 1 progress from the quest to prevent the Black Serpent attacking. And then in the combat phase, Dunhir attacks into the staging area for 5. Okay. A lot of threat in the staging area, that is a concern. Okay. So once again, player sequence is a bit of an issue for me here, because I would like, if I could have these Songs of Erendil in play already, then I would definitely use trigger Grima's ability to play Rosie Cotton for only 1 Oh, I can play Rosie anyway because Elrond can pay for allies of any sphere. So let's do that. There's currently no damage on the board, so it's and a fair bit of threat in the staging area, so I'm thinking it's going to be better to play Mablung rather than the Warden of Healing. I should play the Darren's Runes, see what comes up. Another Cram. I think, honestly, as I said, there's no damage on the board. I hope that I will find another Warden of Healing. I put this Cram onto Dunhir. No, I should just play Mablung, I think. And okay, so I could use that to engage the Southern Soldier immediately. how would I deal with it? Elrond will get a Light of Valinor, but I still wouldn't be able to attack the soldier since I don't yet have Arwen to make Fastred a sentinel. So I think I just have Mablung for the willpower. I can play both Songs of Erendil. And of course after it enters play, draw a card. Okay, there is Arwen. But of course I couldn't know that I was about to draw Arwen, so I couldn't take that into account with the use of Mablung's ability there, so I have to settle on that. Play Light of Valinor onto Elrond. I think this is fine. Arwen will be always targeting Fastred. So, there is 9 threat in the staging area. Quest for 3, 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18. Pretty good. Reveal Southern Camp. While it's in the staging area, it gains forced. At the end of the round, remove all progress from each location in play. Travel, raise each player's threat by 1 to travel here. And Bold and Grim. Surge Doomed 1. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each hero with an objective attached, which I don't have any objectives. So this is just Surge and Doomed 1. I trigger the Keys of Orthanc, get an extra resource. And I can trigger my Songs of Erendil. This deck just raised its threat. I can trigger both Songs of Erendil to take that threat for this deck. And Serpent Guard. Forced. After Serpent Guard engages, you either remove 2 progress from the main quest or enemies engaged with you cannot take damage this round. Okay, so I've added 5 more threat to the staging area. That's fine, I make 4 progress. Okay, let's travel to the Southern Camp, raising each player's threat by 1, and then trigger Songs of Erendil. And now I'm going to engage the Southern Soldier here, which readies Sam and boosts his stats. I remove 2 progress so it doesn't make an immediate attack. And I engage the Serpent Guard here and remove 2 progress so that enemies... Oh no, I don't remove 2 progress. There. So enemies engaged with me can't take damage this round. That's fine. And I remove 1 progress so the Black Serpent doesn't attack. Now, deal shadow cards. I defend with Elrond. Either remove 2 progress from the main quest or attacking enemy cannot take damage this round. So I remove the progress. Here I defend with Fastred. Attacking enemy is non-unique. Either attach a Harad objective you control to attacking enemy, or it makes an additional attack after this one. Okay. Obviously I don't have an objective to attach to it. I'm going to use Fastred, lowering my threat by 2 to send it back to the staging area. Does it still get the attack? It probably does still get the attack, annoyingly. Even though it shouldn't be able to attack because it's in the staging area now. It's just, you know, this is how things work. It's already queued up that the enemy attacks me again, I can't actually change that by putting it up in the staging area. So I guess I should probably just use the cram here and defend again with fast tread. Okay. And now here, Sam attacks for 2. I exhaust Rosie to add her 2 willpower to his attack. So he attacks for 4. Takes down the Southron soldier. And the Serpent Guard, of course, enemies engaged with me cannot take damage this round. It's no longer engaged with me, so it can take damage. I attack for 5 into the staging area we've done here. Take out the Serpent Guard. Control N. Galathrim's Greeting is nice. Gandalf, also nice. I guess here I play the Steward of Orthanc. And then I'm going to play the Greeting for 3, triggering the Steward of Orthanc to give it Doomed 1 to draw a card. So, Doomed 1. And then triggering my Songs of Erendil to take the threat for the other deck because I'm targeting the Greeting on myself, or on this deck. Drops this deck's threat by 6, and I draw a card with the Steward of Orthanc. Another Steward of Orthanc. Not the most helpful. Dunedain Mark for Dun here. And I think that just has to be it. Okay, so we're now back to 6th threat in the staging area. So I can definitely quest for 2, 4, 6, 9, 11, 14, 16. That seems like plenty. So okay, I reveal a Broken Courtyard. Surge. While it's in the staging area, the main quest cannot have progress tokens beyond its printed quest points value. Surges into another Broken Courtyard. Surges into Southron Camp. And the Serpent's Redoubt. While it's in the staging area, it gains Forced. After a player plays an ally from their hand, either remove 1 progress from the main quest or exhaust that ally. Travel. The first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an enemy and puts it into play engaged with them. Shuffle the encounter deck. Okay. So I've added 1, 2, 5, 9 threat. I'm only making 1 progress, but I can exhaust Rosie to add her willpower to Sam's to make that 3 progress. Which is enough to clear the Southron Camp. I don't have to go to the Serpent's Redoubt right now. So I think Yeah, because I would rather not get an extra enemy right now. So I'm going to go to the southern camp, raising each player's threat by 1. Then I'm going to engage the southern soldier. I remove 2 progress to prevent him attacking, and I remove 1 progress so the Black Serpent doesn't attack. Now in the combat phase I defend with Fastred. That's an additional attack. That's annoying. But there's nothing I can do about it. So, okay. I defend with Dun here. +1 attack for each Harad objective the players control, which is none. 2 damage. I discard Cram to ready Dun here. I pay 1 resource from Eowyn to put Elfhelm into play with his action, since she's a Rohan hero. And now I attack for 2, 3, 7. Because he's +1 from the spear and +1 from the Dunedain mark. 7 is enough attack to take out this southern soldier. Serpent's Garb allows me to reduce the threat of an enemy in the staging area, so it doesn't really matter who has it. Let's give it to Eowyn. At the end of the phase, Elfhelm is discarded. So that's why I particularly wanted to. I specifically held Eowyn back from questing to do that, which is why I didn't want to travel to the Serpent's Redoubt and have another enemy to deal with and so on. Control N. Let's do the Condor. Over here, found a Dunedain mark. Okay. Daeron's Runes. I discard 1 of the Gandalfs. I put the Dunedain mark onto Dun here. I play the Warden of Healing. Play the Dagger of Westerness onto Dun here. That's quite a bit of attack he has now. In the circumstances, I'm going to play a good harvest and say tactics. But the main reason I'm doing it is to trigger the Steward of Orthanc. Doomed 1. So I can draw a card. And I'll trigger at least 1 Song of Arendelle. Okay. Honestly, I'm just gonna play both of these allies. I don't get the point of damage from the archer, but having the extra attack in play is going to be handy. And the Steward of Orthanc, of course, is just willpower. So, 7 threat in the staging area. Now let me think about what will happen if I advance the quest. So if I advance the quest, obviously I'll have no progress on the new quest stage, which means that at the end of the encounter phase, the Black Serpent will attack the first player, which is this deck. Elrond can defend. This obviously is not taking into account additional enemies I reveal from the encounter deck, because I don't know what they might be. But I will have to take an attack from the Black Serpent onto this deck, and I will have to take an attack from the Black Serpent onto this deck because of an effect on the Stage 2 quest card, making the Black Serpent considered to be engaged with each player who controls an objective. Now, in principle that's fine, but I could easily get more enemies, at which point I probably need a chump. So I hold back the Handmaiden. That's 4, 6. Because the Students of Orthanc have more hit points in the event that I have archery to assign. So 4, 6, 10. I can also chump with the archer, but I would like to keep that attack available, especially since she's ranged. $13, $15, $18, $20. Of course, if I don't advance the quest here, it's not awful. I just take an extra round, but I need 9 progress to advance. Yeah, I might not make it this round. Okay, Desert Bastion gets +1 threat for each Harad objective the players control, so it's 2 threat. And Nowhere to Hide. The first player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded and puts that enemy into play engaged with them. Serpent Guard. There is no progress on the quest for me to remove, so enemies engaged with this deck cannot take damage this round. I only added 1 threat to the staging area, so 12 progress. Except I can't actually exceed the 6 on here because of the broken courtyards in the staging area. But I control the objective, so I advance the quest. Your initial attack was a success, but the enemy has been alerted to your presence and the whole camp is astir. The fighting soon spills into every corner of the Crossroads fort. When revealed, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. The first player randomly selects one set-aside Harad objective, reveals it, and adds it to the staging area. So, wait, I need to shuffle discard pile in first. And now, random number 1, 2, 1. Banner of the Serpent, guarded enemy or location. While Banner of the Serpent is attached to an encounter card, each Harad enemy gets +1 attack. Action, exhaust Banner of the Serpent and raise your threat by 1 to give each Harad enemy engaged with you -1 attack until the end of the phase. Okay, I got an enemy. Self-hunt Soldier, which I do not necessarily have to engage handily. Okay. If a Harad objective is not attached, the first player claims it and attaches it to a hero they control. The Black Serpent is considered to be engaged with each player who controls a Harad objective. This stage cannot be defeated unless each Harad objective in play is attached to a hero. So, let's see. The Serpent's Redoubt would once again be an issue. So, let me think about this again. I don't have to engage the soldier, so I probably don't want to engage the soldier. This deck will have to take an attack from the Black Serpent. This deck will also have to take an attack from the Black Serpent. This deck will also have to take an attack from the Serpent Guard. so I don't want to do the Serpent's Redoubt. I could go to a Desert Bastion or a Broken Courtyard. Broken Courtyard is less quest points. Getting rid of one isn't significant, of course. I would need to get rid of both before it really helps me. But yeah, I think I go to the Courtyard. So yeah, I mean, the one consideration is if I do engage this soldier here, it readies Sam, but I mean, that doesn't really matter. Because I guess I would probably then need him to defend one of the 2 attacks the soldier would make. So no, I don't want to engage the soldier. It's not immune to player card effects, so I can kill him with Dun here. Yeah, and all Harad enemies are +1 attack because of the banner. That's also a thing. So, yeah, okay, at the end of the encounter phase, I'm going to defend this with Elrond. If attacking enemy is non-unique, the Black Serpent is unique, so this does not apply. The Black Serpent is +2 for the quest stage and +1 for the banner, so that's 5 attack. Elrond takes 2 damage. That's fine. In the combat phase, we have these. Fastred is going to Sentinel defend this Serpent Guard. Okay, no damage. Send it back to the staging area, reducing threat by 2. Handmaiden takes the hit from the Black Serpent. I use my Warden of Healing to heal Elrond and Dun here. So here I could immediately take out the soldier. And claim the objective. Of course that... No, okay. I definitely don't want to do that, purely because since right now the Black Serpent is considered to be engaged with each player who controls a Harad objective, I would spread out the objectives. There would be 1 on each deck, which means more attacks, unless I immediately advance the quest, which... Yeah, I reveal additional cards when I advance to stage 3, as well as attaching the final objective to the Black Serpent, even though normally this couldn't be attached to the Black Serpent because it's guarded location. And I might want to spend a bit longer here just to solidify rather than rushing, especially because of the problems which happen when you advance because you have no progress to remove. So with that in mind, I have done here take out the Serpent Guard instead. And we're Control N, and I'm going to Song of Erendil the threat. Okay, so now I'm not so much concerned about this deck's threat because Sneak Attack Gandalf is a thing. Put this Ancient Matham onto the active location. guess that's it. So threat in the staging area is 2, 3, 7, 9, 12. Quest for 4, 6, 10, 13, 15, 18, 20. Do I just sneak attack Gandalf now? Probably, yeah. Don't delete my threat. Sneak attack Gandalf. Reducing my threat. I would like to draw cards, but I think making sure that threat isn't going to screw me is significant here. Speaking of which, Surge Doomed 1. So deal 1 damage to each hero with an objective attached. Surges into Caught in the Night. The first player must choose either raise each player's threat by 3 or progress count. Okay. I don't have a test of will, so I have to take the threat here. Otherwise it's going to be too many problems. And a Serpent Guard. So I've only added 2 threat to the staging area. I make 10 progress. Although I can't go beyond 5 on the quest because of the Broken Courtyard. Ancient Madam triggers. This deck draws 3 cards. Okay. Nice. Gandalf goes back to this deck's hand. Now, I have to engage the Southland Soldier here. And obviously I also have to engage the Serpent Guard. I could engage the Soldier here. It would ready Sam. That would be one way of making things a bit easier for me. I definitely can't manage the Serpent's Redoubt right now, so let's travel to another Broken Courtyard. And yeah, I think that's got to be the way to go, really. So I take the Serpent Guard here, and I do not remove the progress. I take the Soldier here, ready Sam, and I do remove the progress. And then at the end of the phase, I remove 2 more progress to prevent the Black Serpent attacking the first player. And then we have this. So I pay 1 from Fastred to put Elfhelm into play, and he can defend against the Black Serpent. Either remove 2 progress from the main quest or attacking enemy cannot take damage this round. That's fine. Fastred defend against the Serpent Guard. Choose a non-unique enemy in the staging area. There are none, so that's nothing. I reduce my threat by 2. Send the Serpent Guard back to the staging area. Here I defend with Elrond. This is attacking for 4 because of the Banner of the Serpent. Giving +1. So it's 1 damage, which I can heal. Done here can take out the Serpent Guard. I now realise a mistake which I've made. It's a minor mistake, but turns out to be significant here. So I can attack. Sam was readied and had his stats boosted. So 2 boosted by 2, 4, 6, which is not enough to take out a Thorvron soldier. If I had spent my resources differently and left resources undone here, he could pay a resource to move a Dunedain mark to Sam, which would give me the extra point of attack needed to take out this Southern soldier. As it is, I can't do that. But okay, discard the shadow cards. Control N. Test of Will is nice. I could hardcast Gandalf and have him deal damage to the Southron soldier to take the Banner of the Serpent. If I do that, I'm basically saying that I will be advancing the quest, I think. Which could be a way to go. I could hold back Gandalf to defend the Black Serpent, or, I mean, I still have Elrond. Okay, so I'm going to think about that, but for right now, I'm going to Good Harvest, Steward of Orthanc here. Get an extra card. It's another Gondorian Shield. Not really helpful. So this deck's planning is to play a Gondorian Shield onto Fastred and a Gondorian Shield onto Elrond, I guess. And that will be the same regardless of whether or not I play Gandalf here. Unless, okay, so the one other variable would be if I were to play Gandalf and draw cards, then I could get a Campfire Tales, which could affect this deck's planning. But I think either I do it for the Gandalf or I don't do it. And honestly, it's pretty tempting because of the effect of the Black Serpent being considered to be engaged here. So I'll just pick up the next quest card. Yeah. So that's not a thing. I would still have the issue of end of the encounter phase, remove X progress, or the Black Serpent makes an attack. But that's 1 attack per round. It's a lot more manageable. So I'm going to do that. Gandalf. Give the Banner of the Serpent to Grima. Threat in the staging area is 2, 6, 9. I now control 2 objectives. I healed Elrond last round, and I should have healed Eowyn at the same time. I forgot that she was damaged. So 4, 6, 10, 13, 15, 18, 20. Reeling Southern Archer. Archery 2, after he engages, you either remove 2 progress or discard an ally you control. And Desert Bastion. So that's 5 threat added to the staging area. I make 6 progress, which is not quite enough. So I could use Rosie, or I could use the Serpent's Garb to reduce the threat of an enemy in the staging area. That would obviously raise this deck's threat. I think I might want to do that though. So when I advance the quest, I will reveal another 2 cards, which could be more enemies. I currently don't have to engage the Archer. Black Serpent will make 1 attack. So, yeah, no, actually. So I was thinking there might be a situation where I have this deck engage an enemy to ready Sam, and then I want to use Rosie to boost his attack. But I don't think that's going to be an issue with the number of... Since I also have Gandalf and Elrond, and... Yeah, and I don't have to engage this guy. So I'll just use Rosie and spare my threat. Get 2 more progress. This is explored. And I advance the quest. Your plan is working. You've nearly succeeded in capturing the Southern Caravan, but the Black Serpent himself holds the last token you need to infiltrate Kirith Gurat. He will not surrender it willingly. When revealed, randomly select 1 set-aside Harad objective out of the 1 that's left and attach it to the Black Serpent. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and reveal 1 encounter card per player. Okay. So, shuffle in the discard pile and reveal 2 cards. Surge Doomed 1. And that's 1 damage to Grima and 1 damage to Eowyn. Serpent Guard. And another Serpent Guard. Okay. If a Harad objective is not attached, the first player claims it and attaches it to a hero they control. While there are at least 6 progress tokens on this stage, the Black Serpent loses the text, cannot leave the staging area or take damage. This stage cannot be defeated unless each Harad objective in play is attached to a hero. If the players defeat this stage, they win the game. So at this point I think I go to a Desert Bastion. I don't have to engage the Southern Archer still. I do have to engage the Serpent Guards. Black Serpent will make 1 attack. So ultimately, there's I could take both of them here, actually. So I may as well. Because Fastred's a Sentinel, thanks to Arwen. Dunhir attacks into the staging area rather than engaged enemies. So, yeah, I may as well put them here. It just gives me more flexibility. At the end of the encounter phase, the Black Serpent makes an attack. He is now 5 attack. So I guess I defend this one with Gandalf. Attacking enemy is not non-unique. So Gandalf takes damage, doesn't matter. Deal shadows here and here. Defend with Elrond. And defend with Fastred. Okay, lower my threat by 2, send this guy back to the staging area. Heal Grima and Eowyn. Oh, there was Archery 2, which I would have put on Grima and Eowyn, because with Elrond's boost to healing, that would still allow me to get them fully healed up. Well, that, or I would have put it on Gandalf, where it doesn't matter. In fact, yeah, definitely I would have done that, because he already defended before I had to assign archery. So, yeah, okay. And yeah, speaking of that, do I have done here take out the archer? I don't think I do. The archer is a more annoying enemy, except for the fact that I don't have to engage him. So take out the Serpent Guard instead. I can't damage this guy because of his forced effect. Gandalf is discarded at the end of the round. Control N. Another Warden of Healing. Okay. So I guess I play that additional Warden of Healing, and that's it. Threaten the staging area is 2, 5, 9, 12. Quest for 2, 4, 6, 10, 13, 15, 18, 20. Once again. Reveal Southern Soldier and Southern Archer. So that's added 5 threat to the staging area. I'm making 3 progress. Exhaust Rosie. Make that 5 progress. Exhaust the Serpent's Garb and raise my threat by 1. 7 progress. Okay. That's all I can do. So the Black Serpent will be attacking again. I still don't have to engage the archers. Travel to the Desert Bastion. I do have to engage the Southern Soldier. You can go pretty much wherever. Yeah, okay. So right. Yes. Okay. I put the soldier here. I remove the progress. At the end of the encounter phase, I don't have 3 progress to remove, so the Black Serpent makes an attack. I didn't think this through. He attacks this deck. If he attacked this deck, it would be a lot simpler. But I mean, it's still, well, I don't die from this, is I guess the significant thing. Is it better to just kill off my Galvan Archer? Probably. Okay. So now Elrond will take the Serpent's Guard. Fast Red will take this guy, +1 attack. That's fine. Lower my threat by 2. Send him back to the staging. Oh, there was archery 4, which I put on Dunhere and Sam, and then healed up. And now Dunhere attacks into the staging area, takes this guy out. Okay. Control N. Ancient Matham. Dynadine Mark. I mean, I may as well play the Dynadine Mark. And I may as well play the Ancient Matham. Unless I want to save it to have this deck draw cards, but no, I think it's fine. Okay. So the threat in the staging area is now 7, 9, 11. 4, 10, 13, 15, 18, 20. And we reveal no quarter. Either reveal 2 encounter cards or detach a Harad objective from a hero, reveal it, and add it to the staging area. It's probably better to just lose an objective, because that's only 1 card instead of 2, and I can get it back. And I'm thinking the Banner of the Serpent, because the Serpent's Garb increases the threat of the enemy it attaches to. Also, if this gets a location, it's easier. It doesn't get a location. Okay, that was 1 reveal. And a Serpent Guard. Okay. So I've added 4 threat to the staging area. Exhaust Rosie. So I'm making 7 progress. I will once again use the Serpent's Garb to reduce the threat in the staging area, so I'm making 9 progress. And I have a bit more to play around with. This deck draws 3 cards. Okay. Down's Runes. Okay. I don't think I can deal with travel into the Serpent's Redoubt, because I'd have to engage another enemy. Oh. I've played allies while this has been around, but not many actually. I think I played the Galvan Archer, who didn't do anything the round I played her, and I played the second Warden of Healing, who didn't do anything, who I don't think has done anything at all yet. So it's fine, but I do have to remember that. So, okay. So I'm not traveling then. I have to engage this guy. I don't have to engage the archers. guess if I engage this guy here, I don't remove the progress. I do remove the progress for the Black Serpent. There's archery 6. So, well, I'll exhaust 1 Warden of Healing. That takes out 4 of it with the boost from Elrond. And then just going to do that. Okay. Defend with Elrond. Defend with Fastred. Either remove 2 progress or return to the staging area after this attack. That might actually block Fastred. So you have to return the enemy to the staging area to reduce your threat. And if the enemy is already returned to the staging area, there's 2 progress, which I don't have. If it was 1, obviously I could just remove it. That's annoying. But okay, I'm going to have Dun here attack into the staging area and take out this archer so I get the Banner of the Serpent back. Heal these 2 allies. Control N. Okay. So I play Campfire Tales. Gildor's Council is very welcome. Unexpected Courage is super welcome. Okay, unexpected Courage onto Fastred. Cram onto Dun here. Yeah, I'm going to play Heed the Dream now. Stack searches, top 5 cards. Okay, so another Unexpected Courage could be really nice. Quick Strike could be pretty nice. The Greeting, though, under these particular circumstances, I feel like I should just take the Greeting. Because that way I still don't have to engage the archers, which will just lead to me getting overwhelmed. So I take the Gladwin's Greeting and play it for 3. Now I could now trigger my Steward of Orthanc. I need to shuffle my deck. I could trigger the Steward of Orthanc to draw an extra card, and obviously I can use Songs of Erendil to siphon the threat away from this deck. So I'd end up on 32 and 34. I think, yeah, I think it's certainly tempting. it's better to have more threat to play around with just in case. Yeah. I'm pretty okay actually with the cards that I currently have. I think I play the Wandering Ent. Because of the Serpent's Redoubt, I do have to remove a progress from the quest because the Ent is exhausted anyway. Now, I'm pretty sure if there was no progress here, I could still play the Ent and then it just wouldn't have an effect. That's kind of why I have Ents here, at least partly. Because then obviously it's not a disadvantage to exhaust them because they're already exhausted, and it's after you play the ally. So it's not like that can stop you playing the ally. You already played the ally before the effect triggers, and then it just happens that both options are invalid. But in this case, one of the options was valid, so I had to take that option. So I'm also going to play Gildor's Council. In the quest phase. So threaten the staging area is 6, 10, 13. Questing 10, 13, 15, 18, 20. Only revealing one card. No, at hide. I think I would rather not have more enemies in play under the circumstances. So let's test of will that. Okay, I use Rosie, so I'm making 9 progress. Okay. I do not travel. While there are at least 6 progress tokens on this stage, the Black Serpent loses the text, cannot leave the staging area or take damage. So I can engage the Black Serpent. So I'm going to do that. I engage the Black Serpent. And the other deck will take the Serpent Guard. Deal out my shadow cards. There's archery 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, at the end of the encounter phase, I remove 3 progress so that the Black Serpent doesn't make an attack at that point. You will make an attack now in the combat phase just because it's combat. I guess I'll just heal this now. So, Fastra defends against the Black Serpent. +1 attack for each Harad objective the players control. So that's +2, which puts him to 7 attack. So he's +3 from the quest stage. But Fastrad is 6 defense. 3, 4, 6. So that's just 1 damage, which I am okay with. And I do not trigger his ability. Now he defends against this guy. Okay. I use Sterner Than Steel to cancel that shadow effect, because I don't want to engage another enemy. And now I trigger Fastrad's ability to send this guy back to the staging area. Elrond can defend this. +1 attack. That's fine. Elrond is +1 defense from the shield. So I could obviously kill an enemy in the staging area with done here if I really wanted to, but that doesn't matter. What does matter is that I heal Fastrad, then raise my threat by 3 to ready Eowyn with +9 attack. So I attack for 10, 12, 13, 15, 18. I only needed 12. The Black Serpent is defeated. I attach the summons from Mordor to any hero I like. Give it to Eowyn. I now have the 6 progress here, and each Harad objective in play is attached to a hero, so I win the game. So that was fun. Honestly, I probably still could have fine-tuned these decks a bit more, though it was a bit of bad luck that it took me that long to find an unexpected courage, which would have alleviated a lot of the problems. But I was finding myself getting a bit flooded with too many enemies, so I had to just not engage some of them, too many locations. I never wanted to travel to this. It was never a good moment. It's an interesting ebb and flow of this quest, that you can avoid a lot of bad things by removing progress from the quest, but of course when you advance the quest you get extra stuff added to the staging area, and you can't negate any of those bad effects because you just advanced and have no progress to remove. Yeah, it if you really turtle early on and just don't claim the first objective until you're in a much more potent state, then that is a very effective strategy. It's just, and so yeah, I could have gone for that more, but it's not the most interesting thing to watch. Oh yeah, never drew a foe hammer. Extra card draw would have been nice. Other than that, basically everything significant in this deck worked out. Yeah, it just would have been nice to have more of it. Didn't find a Guildhall's Council until right at the end. That was a thing. Got deep knowledge here for more card draw for both decks. Other than that, yeah, this deck basically saw all its significant things. So thank you for watching and goodbye.